but it is 12:15. Fortunately, my first order of business is with a heavy heart to announce that Ernie Rotman passed away on June 30th. We have a few words from longtime friend and fellow Rotarian, Peter D. Peter's there?
I'm here. I'm on?
Yes, you're on, Peter.
There you are.
Thank you. I'm sure we were all shocked and received to hear of Ernie's admission to the hospice. It came as a rather sudden blow. I had no idea that Ernie was sick at all. I phoned Ernie on Monday, and we had a really good talk. We went on and on, reminiscing about past history of the Barrie Club. And to the casual observer, it probably sounded like a meeting of the Mutual Appreciation Society. Very emotional. Never before in my life have I phoned someone to say goodbye. And we both said goodbye to each other. That was very, very difficult. Ernie discussed his decision to have an assisted death. He was in extreme pain, had been for quite a while. And this is exactly what he wanted. At that time, there was a 10-day cooling off period to reconsider, but his pain became so severe they advanced the process, and the rest is history. I didn't realize that he'd been in pain for weeks, at least maybe even months. Ernie was a great Rotarian. He fully embraced the concepts of Rotary, and in return, Rotary embraced him. Ernie was a loving husband, father, and grandfather. Condolences to Joyce, his daughters, Lori and Judy, and their grandchildren. Most of you probably know that we both joined Rotary in the same day, 31st of August, 1961. At that time, our club met for the summer at the old Barrie Golf and Country Club on Sunnydale. It's now the Dorian Parker Center. I started my practice 93 Dunlop Street East, which is the Casa Cappuccino building. Ernie started the other end of the block, Ernie's Bargain Center, about 107 Dunlop Street East at the same time. Our sponsor, past President Bob Angeloff's office was across the road from Ernie, and the rest is history. Katie asked Ernie and me to put on the Satellite Club program on the 26th of July, reminisce about the old days. Ernie felt badly that he would not be around to participate. He was very touched by the telephone calls from fellow Rotarians. It meant a great deal to him. I personally have not been able to fully absorb the fact that Ernie has passed. President Debbie, do you want to, I'm going to suggest a minute's silence in memory of Ernie, but you have something else you want to discuss as well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Peter, for those words. I also have another very sad announcement. We're also very sorry to announce the passing of Ryan Still. Bernie and Heather's son, we are so very sorry for your loss. We will share more information when it's available. And we'll have a moment of silence to honor both. Thank you very much. Certainly our hard way to start the day, start the meeting. We wish those families well in going through what they're lost. Let's start the meeting. Now, ding the bell and Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Rotary Club of Barrie. And especially welcome to any of the visiting Rotarians and special guests. Things go better when you are here. We'll now begin our meeting in the usual way with O Canada and a toast to the Queen. Let everyone rise.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, a true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Okay, our beacon editor this week is Doug Jernigan. I'm not sure if Doug is online, but he did assure me that he will watch the video after he is missing it due to an appointment and catch up for the beacon. If you have any announcements, please let Secretary Jeff know. And I'd also like to thank Chris Garapi for a great beacon last week. So introduction of guests and visiting Rotarians. We have guests and visiting Rotarians, and who brought them in if they could introduce them.
Remember to unmute yourself.
I'd like to introduce fellow Rotarian, visiting Rotarian, my dad, Ralph Jones.
And I'd like to welcome a web contact, prospective member looking at the club for the second time, Tanya Sari. So you can, she's online here with us. So you can say hello to her through chat.
I'd like to, my wife is here, Lisa Dennis.
And I am here. I'm Steve Meadley, who is the Assistant Governor for Area 6, and I hope to get to know your club a little bit better over the coming year.
You find the chat.
More. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for making time and coming out to our meeting. We hope you enjoy your time with us, and enjoy the first meeting of 2021. So, special presentations and announcements. Do we have any? We didn't get any heads up, but just checking to see if we do have an announcement. That makes for a pretty easy start. We do have birthdays and anniversaries. We do have quite a few here. Birthdays: Kevin Shanks, Jack Walwyn, Ben Lapchnoff, Kim Jeffrey, Doug Manning, and Aditya Mishra. Anniversaries: Rob and Donna Hamilton, 49 years. Eric and Donna Parkinen, 26 years. Linda and Peter Dean, 28 years. Kyle and Greer Campbell, 12 years. And Doug and Patsy Bingley, 45 years. We also have some club anniversaries. Catherine Alpick, 2 years. Gary Pearson, 30 years. And Lawrence Vindham, 14 years. Congratulations. So happy birthday. And in honor of your birthday, and being that we are Zoom and not in person, we are doing a donation of 5 polio plus vaccinations in your honor. And for your anniversary, a contribution to fight against COVID-19 will be made to the Rotary Polio COVID Resource Center. And Jeff for the shared screen. Hope everyone was singing along with that. Well, we'll get our technical difficulties sorted out and go from there for next week. So we are right into SAA Kyle. Be on.
Hello, President Debbie. How are you?
Yes, and we have SAA Eric with us as well. I'm handing it over to you, Kyle.
Well, thank you very much, President Debbie. It's great to see your first meeting live, doing a great job. I'll keep this really short. Jeff, if you can cue the video here in a moment, I just wanted to say I had a fantastic year. Thank you to President Craig. And as to keeping in tradition with SAA Jason, I have a video to show the changing of the cut. Over to you, Secretary Jeff.
Hi, President Craig, fellow Rotarians. It's good to see everybody. Last year, past SAA now, Jason MacArthur started a trend of the cut, the vest. The order that keeps our club together, the one who brings the fun, the fines, all of the issues in the club to light. I've taken on this tradition of the vest as best I can. I hope I've made Jason happy, proud, and now I pass the vest on to other past SAAs to hand over to Eric Dean.
Congratulations, Kyle, on a great year. You've had some challenges and you've done it really well. Best of luck to you, Eric. We're looking forward to your year. Thank you.
Interesting.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. Your SAA Kyle here. It is the time-honored tradition of passing over the cut, the Rotary SAA cut. Oh, thank you very much. We're going to hand it over to our incoming SAA. All SAAs will be behind you, Eric, in your new year of Rotary. Good luck.
Thank you, SAA Campbell.
my honor to take on the sacred cut of the SAA. Make it mine for the next year. It comes from a long tradition of SAAs and sidekicks to Rotary presidents. We've done this here at Rotary Place, right in front of the Rotary symbol. And we look forward to a very unusual and interesting year. You will notice we have done all of our proper social distancing and masking and gloves for the safety of Rotary and our community. Thanks, SAA Campbell.
Good luck, Eric. Beautiful.
And we're back. Thank you, past SAA Kyle. I have the cut on, as you can see. I'm all duded up in my Canada Day wear. I can see that President Debbie is appropriately socially distanced, so I can remove my mask and hang it on the Cuts handy mask hanger. It's a very good thing to have this year. So welcome. Welcome to a new year of SAA. Secretary Jeff, why don't you set me up with a couple of slides? We have enough time for a few finds, and there are a few worth noting. If Lauren is on, she may have something she wanted to insert at this point.
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Lauren, did you have a good news announcement you wanted to share?
I do.
Is Lauren a Thursday night member?
Yeah, we had a baby
And when did you have this baby, Lauren?
on Sunday.
That is pretty exciting. We haven't had too many Rotarians have a baby in my time in the club. Tell us a little bit more about this baby.
So his name is Ledger James William Robson, so LJ for short. Born on Sunday. He was 5 pounds, 15 ounces. I don't know, that's
Okay. That's awesome. Congratulations. I think we get a little round of applause going for that one.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Lauren. That's a great good news announcement. It strikes me that there might be a few other interested persons, but I was not officially notified of good news announcements from any grandparents. Lauren, do you have relations in the club?
Yeah, there might be a couple. Steve Blanchett.
Well, it'd be a bad form for me to do anything with President Debbie, even though this did occur before her watch officially, but it did happen after changeover. However, we do have grandfather Steve Blanchett. First lady is not going to work for Steve. I'm thinking first dude might be the best opportunity. First dude, Steve, did you have anything you wanted to say? I don't recall seeing a good news announcement or an offer of a good news announcement from you. Were you aware of this occurrence? Not hearing much out of Steve, or you may be muted, or are you even paying attention currently?
There we are. Can you hear that?
Can hear that now.
All right. Yes, I did become aware, obviously. However, in the moment of excitement and anticipation, and in the preparation of getting ready for Madam President Deb's inaugural meeting, there was just a lot of things on the go. Not to diminish, however, that this is our 8th grandchild. We're lucky to have 4 granddaughters and 4 grandsons, and of course, very excited with LJ's arrival as a great addition to our family.
Well, congratulations, both past Steve and the president. Not a past president. So first dude, Steve, past SAA, Steve, current President Debbie, Rotarian Lauren. Congratulations to all of you. In light of these special circumstances, I'm going to suggest that first dude, Steve, does the hat trick good news announcement and covers off the good news announcement for all 3. My pattern has been tended to be that it's a buck a pound for new arrivals. So at $5.15, we're going to take that up to $6. So Steve, would you be comfortable with an $18 good news announcement, a hat trick announcement, as it were?
SAA, Eric, I'd be much happier with that than a buck a foot that I had many years ago, thanks to past President Chris Garapi. So yes, be glad to pay that one.
All right, thank you. You know the drill. The Canada Helps is the way to make your fine payments and your good news announcements. Thanks so much. Okay, Jeff, if we can go back to first slide in the SAA deck, that'd be dandy.
There we go.
Great. All right, this is spotted at the Huronia Vet Emergency Clinic. Past President Greg McQuad tossed this in for me. It looks like advertising to me. However, this probably might be a belated good news announcement for past President Craig. Because it's at a client's office, I'm not going to consider it to be full-on advertising. But past President Greg did want to note that Sherlock Holmes obviously had a very good contract with the Huronia Vet Emergency Clinic, and he also saw good work evident from Michael LaCollier as well. So I'm not going to ask for a fine today, President Deb, but perhaps a free goodwill news offering would be appropriate at your convenience. Is past President Craig on the line today?
I am. President Deb, Sergeant at Arms Eric, you're making some solid decisions today in your fine assessments, and you're exercising your authority quite well to make sure that everyone's got some fair play. I don't recall Mr. McWad ever making a good news announcement about the Huronia Vet Clinic opening up. And the gazillion dollars that come in weekly on that. And that's really not advertising labels there. That is strictly just intimidation for anybody who's thinking about breaking into their location. So I see it as just more of a safety tactic than anything else. It's not advertising.
So it is the truth. It's beneficial to all concerned. Builds good, better friendships. All right, we're going to let you off on that one, past President Craig, and congratulations on a great year. I got two more. By any chance, is Kelly Best on the line today?
Hello, Eric, Kelly here.
Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
Doing good.
Let's pull that one up. This came in from Thursday evening member Dennis Tuck. This is the Telequip 2020 promotional calendar, and it appears to have a few issues. For a guy that spent a lot of time doing our blue book, it made us a little bit nervous. This Sunday is apparently the 56th of July, and as a result of the 56th of July happening on Sunday, the rest of the month is all screwed up as well. So Dennis Tuck and Katie James are both a little concerned because they were going to miss their meeting this week because the date was wrong on this calendar. This continues on through August as well. Kelly, were you changing the calendar to a different format, or what's going on with you?
I'm trying to create my own new leap year. No, I noticed it actually, and it caught me off guard because it's in the preview of the month. Looking at June, it's the preview corner up on the top, and our printer obviously made a few errors on it, and we don't usually check the previews when we're reviewing the artwork, and yeah, we got caught on it, and you've also have very good eyes and people tattling, so guilty as charged, unfortunately.
Well, that's excellent. Well, I was tempted to suggest a $56 fine for that Sunday number. But it might be a bit extreme. How about $5 for the Sunday the 5th, if that seems appropriate to President Deb?
I think that's fair, but you did round up for Papa Steve.
This is true. Yeah, we did round up for Steve to $6. Yeah. How about $6 there, since it's the actual error on the date, Kelly?
No problem.
All right, thank you.
I'll do better proofing next year.
Good. Was the printer a Rotarian by any chance?
Unfortunately, no, he's not.
Okay, well, at least we can't find a Rotarian for that on the printer side. And I got one more for you.
For me?
Jeff, you pull that one up. There we go. No, you're good now, Cal. So I had a couple of members send me notice of Gary Kopp's new wheels. This one initially came in from David Porter. I thank him for his ratting, particularly because it came with photo. So this appears to be new wheels, and it is a Kia Telluride. And I really like the license plate. Is that Best Grampy or Best Grumpy? I know how the club would probably figure that would be, but most likely to be Best Grumpy. Now, is Gary on the line with us today?
Gary is on the line.
Gary, that's a pretty sweet ride.
I'm really enjoying it, President Deb. I'll say, hey, Eric. I should point out, though, that the car was barely in the parking lot before David was out in the parking lot surreptitiously taking photos. So no opportunity to make an announcement, but nevertheless, it's a great ride. I'm really enjoying it. It's a good product.
Now, when I zoomed in real close, was it possible that I saw like a Baytown Hyundai license plate cover on that one?
Well, being no, a Kia, it does not have a Hyundai label on it. I did speak with past district governor Jim, and he helped me make the decision. Actually, I'm not sure he's aware of that, but I did cross that bridge, so it was a good choice. So it suits my needs.
Yeah, it looks like a nice vehicle. I was really thinking on new wheels, just $5 or best offer. What were you thinking, Gary? Is it $5 seem good to you? And does President Deb?
Oh, I'd say $5 is fair. It is white, so it's lucky it's not 10.
Yeah. And so why do you have a license plate that calls you Best Grumpy?
There were no A's available because Grammy got the first A, and I guess there was no room for an A on mine. So I just keep pushing the Grampy part. But
Good
I'm happy
deal.
to have
All right.
it nevertheless. I get lots of questions about it. So.
All right. Thank you, past President Grumpy Gary and Grampy Gary.
Yeah.
And you can make that fine payable as soon as you have the opportunity to do so.
Happy to do that. Thank you.
All right. Okay. We do appear to have a few moments. Aaron Hessen seemed to have a bit of an issue earlier. Aaron, are you still on the line? Do you want to get that off your chest?
Oh, thank you very much, Eric. I had the fortunate opportunity to golf with past President Craig and former SAA Kyle Campbell on the weekend. It was a great day, magical day on Canada Day. It was a really hot day. I invited the boys back for a swim, a bite to eat, and a couple of beverages. Now, I don't know if you noticed, just prior to the meeting, I was doing some cleanup. I came out this morning to the backyard expecting to find it pristine. What I found was that they had drank me out of all my beer. They had left a mess behind. And quite frankly, this is my first exposure as a Rotarian as to how Rotarians behave. And so in my mind, I thought that maybe a fine should be in order, President Deb, just for the fact that they left me high and dry, and they actually didn't even stay around for the beautiful parade of fire vehicles from the Springwater Township. So I don't know what your thoughts are that way, but I'm willing to listen and learn.
Well, it kind of doesn't sound as though it was building goodwill and better friendships. Well, it might have built better friendships by the end of the evening. Wasn't really beneficial to all concerned. Are either of these nefarious Rotarians available to give us another side of the story?
Hi, President. Well, I was going to say, past President Craig, you're not as important as you were last week, so maybe I'll go first. President Deb, we made a bet on the golf course, and if you want to show the scorecard, Aaron, I think the winner clearly should be let off from this. A bet is a bet. So.
There we go. So we have a comeback around the is it the truth? Okay. Is there another four-way test that past President Craig might want to apply here?
President Deb, Aaron Hessen, I feel awful that we slighted you in some way. I didn't realize there was rules that we needed to follow when we attended your house. I was merely a guest at the ask of Sergeant at Arms Kyle and Aaron Hessen. They're both members at Vespra and graciously asked me out for the day. So I was just somewhat freeloading, and it was unfortunate that I think the parade was maybe 2 hours late in arriving. So I did have something else to do that day other than sit in Aaron's backyard, and maybe he could have pre-planned better. If you're going to wait 2 hours for a parade, have enough beer in the fridge.
Well, considering the time it's taken us to cover off this complaint and this four-way test infraction, I would suggest that each of the aforementioned parties put in $4 in honor of the four-way test. Does that seem fair to all concerned?
President Deb, I believe Aaron Hessen would have a red dot on his tag, would he not?
Oh, yes.
If it were properly applied.
And who would his sponsor be? It was a while ago. I can't remember.
Well, unfortunately, I'm the sponsor, past President Craig, but it was only because you were so hot to crowd on getting new members into the club. You pressured me to take them. I thought there were a number of other people in Barrie, about 140,000, according to the sign, that would have been a better member. But I'll gladly pay the $4 fine on behalf of my friend Aaron.
Well done.
Actually, I'll add in, because I'm not a past president, so recent past president, so I do believe, Kyle, that you're in for that triactor, you said?
Oh, yeah. You got a hat trick. That's good.
Yeah.
Scott's always remember things, President Deb. Thank you. I look forward to paying that fine.
All right. Thank you for your attention to this first SAA. Because Debbie's coming back in my range of vision, I'm going to put the mask back on and turn it back over to Debbie. President Deb, floor is yours.
Okay. Hi there. Okay, put my hat down there for our Canada Day Blitz. Thank you. That was awesome. So great start to the year, and the fines have already started coming in, so that's pretty darn good. Not up here. So in true fashion and tradition, if there are any early leavers, now would be the appropriate time. If we just leave a Zoom, but hopefully you stay on. This week's program, I'm going to review a bit of the year and kind of review from my end of things, as well as we have the directors and some of the chairs to share a bit about what they're up to as well. So first off is Rotary opens opportunities. So Jeff, we could just have the slide. So Hallgard is our Rotary International president, and of course Rotary opens opportunities is certainly going to be exceptional for this year, and it's going to be interesting to see how he moves that forward in the time of COVID. And then next, so, and for the Rotary Club, for us, stronger together. Now, interesting with this is more than a year ago, we had started planning for this day and for this year. And we had found that stronger together truly came from the work that's done in in the committees. And as we get together in smaller groups each month, the committees get so much done that stronger together just makes sense. And of course, as COVID and this pandemic started to take on, we realized that we truly did pick a good theme for the year to build on. So throughout the SAA, throughout the year, we'll be building on the Stronger Together and then Together Inspired, and then ending the meetings with a Rotary moment of Stronger Together and Together Inspired. So that's kind of the direction that we're looking at for the year. Definitely interested in sharing those stories. I'm losing my voice here. I think with COVID, I haven't been talking as much. And we have the next slide. So a few of the goals that I'd like to have some focus on is definitely trying new things and keeping in the spirit of innovation and flexibility. And certainly our club has been showing that with moving our weekly meetings onto Zoom, yet maintaining our Rotary values and our traditions. So that's going to be, for me, very critical in going forward. Promoting fellowship and communicating openly. Again, when we take a look at a year where we don't know when we're going to be together again, it's even more critical that we have a focus on keeping in touch with each other, keeping involved in what we're doing. Being a Rotarian today is more important than ever. So keeping together, keeping connected is critical. We'd like to take a review of the bylaws and just see if they need some updating and see how that goes. And of course, increase the community interest in attracting more members. So certainly with Zoom, it's easy to have people join our meetings. They're more than welcome to come and join and learn what we do, and maybe they'll become a member. And we'll move on to the requests. Okay, sailing through these. So my request to the club is about brainstorming fundraising ideas. So we know that our fundraising has been changed and altered. So keeping an ear to the ground and having ideas as to what we can do to increase our fundraising is critical. So please keep that in mind. And as we get together with our committees, take a minute or two, just say, hey, what about this idea? And share it on so we can see if we can implement it. I'd also like a request from all lunch members to attend a satellite meeting. But on the flip side, I ask all satellite members to attend the lunch meeting. I think with that, it'll help us get to know who each other are. The lunch members I know is a great group. I've been part of it for over 12 years. The satellite, I'm just getting to know as they're newer, being a year, and they're really a fantastic group. So please take a few moments, get on the Thursday night, 7 o'clock, and join in, because you'll really have a good time. I'd also like to have a focus on reaching out to the new and seasoned members. Again, it's pulling together. It's about reaching out. We're not meeting every week, so we need to make that extra step. So my request is that everybody, even once a month, reach out to somebody new, reach out to a seasoned member, have a chat. You just never know what's going to come of it. Looking to grassroots efforts in our projects. So a bit about not just writing a check. Our fundraising is taking a hit, although the fun run did phenomenal. So I'm so excited about the coming year and what we're going to make it for the new fundraisers as we shape and change them. But taking a look at, just because we need to be separated by 6 feet, and just because we're not meeting at lunch, doesn't mean that we can't do some hands-on projects. So keeping that focus of being able to do things together, separated but together. And of course, asking that each of you build into your vocabulary, stronger together, and Rotary opens opportunities. And of course, I did leave a number 7 just in case I think of something else. So, this is really weird too, not seeing any faces. So I hope everybody is following along with me. We can flip this slide. I wanted to share, as we bring a guest speaker in, I wanted to share what the certificate of appreciation will be for our guest speakers. Again, it's 10 polio plus vaccinations in their name, as well as a donation to fight against COVID-19. We'll find out a little bit later in the year too how Rotary and the Polio Resource Center has shifted and changed gears to support COVID. It's really quite remarkable how quickly they did the change and the incredible work that they're doing to help support COVID around the world. So definitely 2 most very worthy causes. Okay, we're doing for time. Whew, you're doing awesome for time. Okay, if we can flip the slide. Okay, I wanted to run through a bit of the numbers, what we're seeing. And certainly if anybody has questions or something, either please send them off to Jeff or Eric. We'll try and get them answered as we go through, or pick up the phone, give me a shout. I'd be happy to talk about any of these numbers with you. So one thing it's just to look at is our long-term commitments. So we have RVH, the Hearts and Minds. So it was originally a $350,000 10-year commitment, which simply made it a $35,000 every year. So far we've been able to do that. We have, after past President Craig's check presentation, we have $210,000 that we owe. So our goal at the end of this year is to make another $35,000 contribution and pay that down. We have the YMCA. So with that, our club committed to $150,000 over 5 years. Now this commences in the year following the start of the project. To my knowledge and to my resources as of this week, they have not actually started. So my belief is that we will not have a payment as far as right now. So we'll see how that comes into next year and where our funds are. But as of right now, my understanding is we won't have a commitment for our year. So our total payment commitment goal is $35,000. Now coming up, we do have past President Craig's board had passed a motion to bring to Club Assembly Redwood. And Redwood request is for $60,000 over 5 years. And that's conditional upon commencement of the construction. So again, that will come to Club Assembly. Everybody will have a chance to review, and we'll go through the proper protocols and see how that one comes through. So that's where our commitment payments are sitting as of right now. Switch pages. So here we've put a lot of effort into figuring out what the forecast for our fundraising is. So as you can see, we have all our projects listed. The approach that we took was to take a low, very conservative side to what those projects would be able to raise this year. We also did a very conservative high. So given that the fun run blew the bells off of our high forecast here, our hope is next year that it will too surpass the 30,000. But for now and for our numbers and for assessing how we move forward with our budget this year, we're taking a very conservative approach. So as you look down, on the low, we have $92,000. On a high, potentially $150,000. Hopefully with the new fundraisers, as our brainstorming may come up, I did put a 0 as low, being conservative, and 10,000 as a high for, again, being conservative. So that brings us to either on a low at $92,000, remember that number, up to a high of $160,000. Now, available to us is through our club foundation. We then have access to a range from between $15,000, $18,000. It does depend on how the investments turn. And we also have ability for grants that are COVID specific. Both of those require us to be able to apply for the contributions. They're not a given. So with that, I have not put them into the budget directly, but we have made a note there that there is access to our club foundation money, and there's access to the COVID grant foundation. Now on that COVID grant foundation, as Marshall mentioned quickly last week, we have been the part of the first round of grant recipients. And we are pleased to recognize the Emergency Community Support Fund and the Government of Canada and our local community foundation, the Barrie Community Foundation. I'd like to extend a huge thank you to Marshall for your involvement in helping to make this happen, as well as Chris Vanniker for your diligence in filling out the grant writing, which happened to be needed and completed on the very last day of tax season. So that's quite a stretch for our dear accountant, Chris. But with that, we were awarded $20,000 to our club. So that was a phenomenal start to our year, and certainly will go a long way to the services that we want to provide going forward. We received 2 district grants, each for $1,000, and that becomes for both specific that we'll be able to participate in. We're definitely keeping an eye open for those. If we can move to the next page. Thank you. So with that, we break it down to the committee budget. So as you can see where the budgets land for our spending committees, there is also a section there that says a float. So as you see, the subtotal is $72,000. We put in a float of $20,000, and that gives us our very low conservative fundraising amount of $92,000. So with that, our hope is to have the next few months go by. Our committee's confident that their budgets will not be cut come January or February, and we focus on the work that we need to do. The float then becomes, as we see money come in, and as our programs and we learn more about this pandemic we're in, this float, each committee will have access to. And what will happen is at the board meeting, the committee that would like to extend their budget and would like to dip into that $20,000 would then bring it to the board. And as a board, we will collectively decide how that part of the money goes forward. Now, of course, if our fundraising does way better, and that'll take a lot of pressure off, but the focus was trying not to have a situation where we had to tell the committees that we've cut their budgets. So that's the thinking and the platform behind it. All of your directors have these slides. So your first meeting, you'll be able to see these and discuss them a little bit more fully. Okay, you can switch slides again. Okay, so that, there we go. So that is a recap of the previous slides. So as you can see where the fundraising projections are, you can see easily how the 92,000 flips over to the spending of the 92,000, the opportunity for the grants, and then it ties in with our goals. So if we were to spend kind of everything that we could spend with our low forecast and make our commitment to our page at $127,000. So somewhere in there, we need to find, get our fundraising going and be fiscally responsible, so that as we go through our year, we leave it in good hands for Jody's year next year. And I think that's it for that part of it. So again, if you have any questions, we are not too bad for time. If you've had a question, send it in to Jeff or Eric. Do we have any questions?
Nothing in chat currently.
Nothing, no questions yet. So with that, if you do have questions, again, feel free, reach out to me, reach out to your director, and we'll get those answered. But I hope that we're fairly clear and concise in the thinking behind the budget for this year and being responsible. So with that, I would like to introduce all of our directors and our chairs. And instead of me going through it, we have them doing it themselves. Jeff, if you want to take it away.
Will do.
Thank you, President Deb. Fellow Rotarians and guests, President Deb has asked me to introduce myself and to provide a short synopsis of my duties and goals for this year. For those of whom I've never met, or those of you who have forgotten my face because it's been so long, my name is Dr. David Tisch, and I am the chair of the Rotary International Foundation Committee. This is a subcommittee of international service, and I have a committee of one. The outgoing president of RI, Arch Klump, established the Rotary Foundation in 1917. The first donation was made by the Rotary Club of Kansas from the money left over from contributions towards a gift for the outgoing president. This amounted to $26.50, not an insubstantial amount in 1917. Today, the Rotary Foundation has invested over $3.95 billion into programs and projects and scholarships. It is a foundation designed by Rotarians for Rotarians, and it allows Rotarians to do major projects around the world. I would strongly ask you, as a Rotarian, to consider some level of support for this foundation as part of your normal charitable givings. Traditionally, our club has shown strong support for the Rotary Foundation. In our 75 years of existence, we have contributed $1,059,236 Canadian dollars to RI. This has resulted in our club having 76 Paul Harris Fellows, 12 benefactors, 7 bequest member society members, and we have 9 major donors. November is traditionally Rotary International Month, and it is during this time that 99% of donations to the foundation are given, so you have some time. President Deb's goals this year are very realistic, and with your support, we should be able to reach these goals relatively easily. Our goals are, for the annual fund for the Rotary Foundation, $2,500. For the Polio Plus / COVID fund, $12,000. For a total donation to Rotary International from the Rotary Club of Barrie of $14,500. With the leadership of President Deb and the enthusiasm of the Rotary Club of Barrie, our 2020-2021 year should be fantastic. Please remember that the pandemic is not over. All the precautions that you've been taking only assure you a bed in the ICU. Please keep safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, President Debbie. Fellow Rotarians and guests, it's my pleasure to speak to you today on behalf of the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation. The foundation gives us the opportunity to make charitable donations to an organization near and dear to us, namely the Rotary Club of Barrie. It also allows us to have the opportunity to decide where we want the funds to go. By directing funds to the Rotary Club of Barrie and our spending committees, you as members control who receives the money. The foundation does this by matching funds for Rotary Club of Barrie projects. For example, last year we contributed to the Grade 2 book project, the Huronia Lookout, and enabled the club to finish off its 10-year commitment to Georgian College. To give you an idea of the financial power of the organization, I can give you a snapshot on last year. We were successful in raising approximately $42,000 in donations. These donations came from individual members, and for that we are very grateful. We earned about $18,000 in investment income and our portfolio increased in value by $58,000, giving us a total income of $117,000. Our total assets are approximately $665,000. So based on the mandatory 3.5% of our asset value that we have to spend to be compliant with CRA, this year we will give the club approximately $23,000. That's not a bad fundraiser. The foundation, however, was not created to replace fundraising, although this year it came in handy. But it was created to allow us to augment the good works that we do in the community. Although we participate in matching grants for international projects, the foundation does focus on the local community. Remember, you participate in how the funds are spent. We are asking you to keep the foundation in mind in your charitable giving. It doesn't matter how much, because as you can see, it grows. It might be the amount you might have spent in a golf tournament that was canceled this year, or what you didn't spend during your self-isolation. If you would like to donate or have any questions, please contact me or any of the other board members, Greg McWatt, Bob Greer, Ian Pavlik, Dave McCullough, or Dave Blencairn. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, President Debbie, fellow Rotarians and guests. My name is Wayne Dennis, and I am the club's treasurer. My mission is to make sure that we keep accurate financial records on all of our spending and fundraising. I look after the club funds. I also look after our charitable trust. So in club funds, that means I look after your meals, billings, and your makeups. Any concerns at all, questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
President Deb, fellow Rotarians, I am Betty Ann Lewis, and this year I will be the Director of Club Service, and our committee has an amazing team ready to go. A goal that I would like to aim for is to have the many events that involve us as family, such as the Family of Rotary Day, home hosting, and every lunch hour that we will be able to get together once again. Just wanting to realize that we need to know each other, and that way we can build a stronger Rotary Club by knowing that Rotary opens opportunities. Thank you.
Good afternoon, President Debbie and my fellow Rotarians. It's Chris here. I'm the incoming Director of Community Service. A few things that I'd like to work on this year. Well, I think we're going to see a lot of COVID-related initiatives that I think we'll get a lot of requests for. Also, to go along with that, I'm hoping that we see some mental health issues, because I think that's particularly important. Also, in this what seems like a virtual world, I think maybe we've lost a little bit of that fellowship, and I'm hoping that we see some opportunity to take on some hands-on projects, maybe expand that throughout the club and get more people involved in some projects that come our way.
Good morning, President Deb and fellow Rotarians. I'm honored to serve as the Director for the Environmental Services Committee for 2021. It's going to be an interesting year, obviously, with things outside of our control, COVID-19, reduced budgets and uncertainty. I have a great committee. I'm looking forward to working with them. My assistant, Brian Galbraith, and my secretary, Marta Ross, and Dave Mills, and Craig Wallen, and Kyle Campbell, past SA. Anyways, we're going to have a good year, and everyone else, of course. What I think is going to be special about this year is over COVID, obviously, things have changed, but Rotarians can be even more visible than ever before. And so what we're going to be looking to do is to focus in on Stronger Together and Together Inspired motto that President Deb has so aptly chosen. And what we're going to do is look to be as active as possible outdoors in the community safely on micro projects. And we're going to start reviewing those opportunities coming up at the first committee meeting next week. So I'm looking forward to serving and focusing in on serving the club and our community in the environmental area, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thanks very much. I'm honored to be the chairperson this year for the committee. So we'll keep you posted. Thanks very much.
Hi, it's Peter Lorimer with the Rotary Club of Barrie. I'm the Director of International Committee for the year 2020 to 2021. We have 3 goals here today to discuss with the club. One is that to spend our money wisely and directly to make a difference in someone's life rather than going through other charities. Other one is to discuss and try and find ways to find new fundraisers for the club to raise money so that we can do what we want, what we wish to do. And the last is to have fun and try and relieve some of the stress developed by COVID-19. Thank you very much.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob Galloway and I'm this year's Director of Membership. I'm going to be working closely with my assistant, Ruffles the Pug, to hopefully make this year's membership committee the best ever. In terms of 2 things I want to do with the club this year, I want to, 1, hopefully increase the diversity of our membership. And number 2, I want to make sure that everyone feels engaged and is getting everything they can out of the club, even during these strange COVID times. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. I am going to be, on July 1st, the chair of Program and Information. I have a very strong committee, and we hope this year to provide a variable and interesting program at our lunches, whether it's by Zoom still, hopefully not for too long, or in person. We're going to try and get some international flavor. We're going to try and get some widespread subjects. So the focus is going to be on opening doors, and we hope that we can get presentations that will help highlight that particular motto for this year's Rotary International. I'm also still the attendance guy, and due to the fact that we have a COVID issue and we don't have an attendance sheet that can be checked off, I have to make do with screenshots from our Zoom meetings. I would really like you to try and attend the lunch meetings, and if not, watch the video afterwards. They're always so handily supplied with a link in the beacon. And we're going to come up with a model that will work. We're going to find out a certain way of signing in that is easy to track. We'd like to keep the streak alive for many of those who are working on perfect attendance, and attendance is really what keeps us engaged in the club. So everybody, do your best, and I hope you have a wonderful new Rotary year. See you all later. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, Alan Mallory here, Director of the Public Relations Committee for this new Rotary year. We've got some challenges ahead of us with the COVID-19 craziness, but the good news is we have a rock star lineup of committee members, and we're going to be working hard to sharing what Rotary is all about and letting our community and the broader world know what we're up to. So we haven't nailed down some specific goals yet, but certainly I'd like to continue to increase our social media presence and really continue sharing the stories, the positive stories of what Rotarians are doing and what we're all about. So looking forward to a great year.
Hi, President Deb, fellow Rotarians. I'm Eric Dean, and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for Debbie this year, and chairing the SAA committee, which is a tremendous crew. We will be following in the Rotary tradition of the 3 Fs for SAA, which is fun, fellowship, and fines. That'll be a little more challenging this year. We've got a lot of lack of traditional media and a lack of in-person meetings. So our spotters and spies in the club will need to do a really good job of checking out what people are doing online, and in the community to help feed the fines pot. And we'll be looking at opportunities to bring us together for fellowship in new and unusual ways. So keep an ear out, keep an eye out on your fellows, and let's see if we can't have a really good year in a non-traditional fashion with the help of the SAA committee and all of you. Thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. If we haven't met yet, my name is Kaylee Rod, and this year I have the privilege of serving as the chair of your Special Projects Committee. Very much looking forward to working with the committee, the incoming board, and President Deb in what I'm sure will be a very interesting year. Our goal is to expand what we already do online, which is namely the Rotary auction, looking to automate some of those processes to make it a bit easier for people to post the items that they have available for auction. And we're hoping to expand our reach beyond just our Rotary Club and our group of close contacts. We also assume that we'll probably be moving some other fundraisers into the virtual arena, so we're certainly open to any ideas that you might have for things that we can do to help connect us and still raise funds for our community. We're looking forward to the fishing derby and hope that we can run that in a somewhat ordinary fashion come February, and very grateful for our chairs that have stepped forward to help run that. So looking forward to a great year with our committee, the board, and of course the support of the club, and look forward to working with all of you.
Hi everyone, it's Allison Dirtnell. I am looking after the vocational committee this year, so very excited about that. As you know, our committee looks after many of the youth programs, so our goal this year is to connect youth to Rotary, and this will be a challenge since many of our projects and programs that we support are based on being able to get youth together in person. So we're going to be very creative this year and look for some new opportunities to perhaps do some different things to support youth in our district with the types of programs that we're doing. I'm happy to be working with Jonathan Derrick, who's the assistant director, and Mike Gruby, who is the secretary, and getting to know and work with some Rotarians that I haven't met before. So look forward to hearing more from Vocational.
Greetings, fellow Rotarians. As you know, I'm Katie James, and I'm the chair of the Satellite members. I have a vision to make Satellite stronger by inspiring the current members to continue to be great and ensuring Satellite is known throughout the community by being more visible and by bringing awareness of the Satellite meetings and the Rotary Club of Barrie to the Barrie community and its partners. I look forward to working with all members and the executive in achieving and supporting each other's goals. I look forward to creating and ensuring further traditions and a culture within Satellite that enhances its strength and its uniqueness. Let's have a fun year.
Okay, thank you very much to all the directors that put that together. So it's nice we couldn't see each other at a lunch meeting, but now we can. So this way we connected faces, names, committees, so everybody knows who everybody is. So again, another little step to try and make the new world and the new year a little more involved. So with that, I guess you guys have picked up the energy that the board that has going into this year. We're certainly going with things running, and we're really excited. COVID or no COVID, it is what it is, but we're going to hit the ground running and just make the best of everything and have a rocking year. So with that, I have a President Deb's Stronger Together, Together Inspired moment. So this will be how we end our meetings. So with that is to start the Rotary year, it is only fitting that the first Stronger Together, Together Inspired moment would be the creation of Rotary. So on February 23rd, 1905, as you can see, there was 4 gentlemen that were the first 4 Rotarians. And with that, they gathered in an office, and from then on, they would rotate to each person's office, and it became the first Rotary Club meeting. So each year, Each of the first 4 Rotarians brought different professionals' perspectives to the organization, originally formed for fellowship. However, the first club quickly evolved to the talents and resources of its members to serve the community. This camaraderie among business associates brought together these 4 men and eventually led to an international organization of service and fellowship. So, I am choking up a little bit only because for time. If everybody is looking at the clock, and everyone who has been in the club and has known Ernie did give me one piece of advice. And that piece of advice was, please keep it on time. So, for the good of Rotary, having no other business, I declare this meeting adjourned, and we're almost at 1:30. I'm not going to ding until it's 1:30. There we go. So in honor of Ernie, a 1:30 finish. So thank you, everyone.
Bye, folks.
Good job, President Debbie.
Nice job, Deb. First one in the game.
Good job,
Well done, President Deb.
Excellent job, President Debbie. Thank you.
President Debbie, Sergeant at Arms Eric, and Secretary Jeff. Great job.
Thumbs up to both of you guys.
Good job to everyone.